All right, so here's a real quick tutorial for those of you guys who either were absent or need one more refresher on how to do Turnitin.com and submit your essay. So when you got to class, you probably saw something very similar to this. This is for Miss Makovsky's class codes. However, if you have Coach Arias or if you have Miss Draper, you'll have different class codes, so make sure that you get the appropriate ones for your teacher. And so you go to Turnitin.com and you create your account and you click student, and then you go ahead and fill in the rest. Things that you'll need from this slide will be the class code and then the password, which is just lowercase CHS 2016, and it does need to be lowercase, so make sure you got that. So let's just give this a whirl. So here is Turnitin.com, and I'll go ahead and make this a little bit bigger so you can see it. Okay, maybe not. Okay, so you go to create an account and you scroll down and you have to click student. It's tempting to go ahead and put in your email address, but you're going to need to click student and you put in your class ID, and then the password is 2016. That's for Miss Makovsky's. If you have Draper or Arias, you might have a different password. Just make sure you get with them. And then you fill in all this. Now, here's the trick on this. I have done this a couple times, and so I will not be able to use an actual one. So we'll see if this works. Okay. So you put in your name, and please use your Keller ISD email address. That way we stay consistent with what email addresses you're using for school. And agree to all your terms. Okay, so now the reason why mine is doing this is because I've actually created an account already, but yours will lead you to the next page. Okay, so just make sure you know that you will not get this message. You will get a different one. You'll get one that will lead you to something else. And I'll show you what that is in a moment. So if you have already done this, or you have an account already, yours will look like this. It will pop up right here. And notice that with the class code I put down as 3A. That's going to be depending on what class period you're in, of course. It'll say something different, and you'll see the instructor. Now, you're going to have some other teachers that will be using this as well. So this is going to be important as the school year and as your years in high school go on. You'll see instructors will change, or you'll have a list of them instead of just one. So you go to class name, and then you will see that this is the assignment. So you click on the assignment. Well, actually, you just go over to the assignment, make sure you got the right one, and you hit the submit. Okay, so then we've got the file name. Now for submission title, if you just would write down introduction letter or introduction essay, it's not a big deal. And then you want to choose from Google Drive. Now, if you have it in a different format, as long as it's typed up, you can do whatever. But I had suggested that you use your Google Drive. So I'm going to go ahead and pretend like y'all did. And if you have a different way, then you're going to have to kind of fiddle around with how you're going to upload it. So then it's going to say, hey, can I look into your Google Drive? And say, sure, what the heck. Okay, and so then this is the paper that I want. And then it will go ahead and upload it for me. Okay, and then while it's uploading, you're going to want to take a look at it, and you'll be able to see off to the side. Now, Obviously, yours is going to look different than this. This is just a sample, and I just cut and paste the actual directions in there. But yours will be your actual paper, obviously not the directions. And if you like the way that looks, and you can kind of see your word count and your character count. Now, for our purposes, that's not a big deal, your word count. But in the future, you might have a teacher that will say it needs to be, 1,700 words. And that will give you a good indication. So this would be the place where if you go, oh my gosh, I didn't write enough, or I wrote too much, you could say cancel. However, since we're not too worried about it, we're going to go ahead and say confirm. Okay? And until you get this note right here, you have not submitted your essay. So make sure you get to this step where it says, congratulations, your submission is complete. This is your digital receipt. What I've been telling students in the past is, if you are a little bit nervous about whether or not it actually went through, it's not a bad idea to go ahead and print off this page or do a screenshot of it, whatever it takes for you to feel confident that you actually have submitted it. I can see it on my end, but I just want to make sure that you feel comfortable that, yes, indeed, I did submit my essay. And so then you can go back here, say, hey, nice job. And then you can see a little bit of the statistics. This is always interesting when we start doing research, is to look at that similarity rating. Now you can see I have 0% because this is 100% an original writing that we did. If you do anything with research where you are using citations, you will see that similarity rating will likely go up, because Turnitin.com does do a check to make sure that you are your paper is original. And there are some things with research that it's okay to have some similarity, because obviously you're citing sources. But we can talk about that when we get there. But that is how you go ahead and do Turnitin.com. If you have any questions, go ahead and talk to your teacher about it so that we can make sure we got you all taken care of.